Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is going to be the first ever video that I'm posting on my YouTube, and I'll be talking about how I secured a 49,000 euros worth of scholarship to study in two of the most prestigious universities in Europe, which is the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. So sit back, relax, and get ready to dive into my Erasmus Mundus Scholarship / academic journey. Before we begin, let me tell you what Erasmus Mundus Scholarship is all about. It is a very esteemed and competitive scholarship program that allows students from all over the world to participate and study in the European universities. It provides students with the opportunity to study at multiple European universities and gain double or joint master's degree from those renowned universities. So all in all, it's a win-win situation. So let's dive into my journey. My journey for the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship started as soon as I finished my undergraduate degree and I was ready to, be looking for a master's degree. I think it also came from a place that I, as a person coming from a developing country like Nepal, understand the importance of securing a scholarship to be able to afford your dream of studying abroad without having the financial burden international students have to go through. And during the search period, that is when I stumbled upon the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship thing. And it was easier for me to have an idea about the scholarship also because of the fact that my seniors from my university in Nepal were already studying under the same scholarship program. So that definitely helped me, to kind of familiarize with the scholarship itself. One of the most exciting things for me was not only coming abroad to study, but having the opportunity to study in two different wonderful universities worldwide. And of course, for my course, it was two different universities, but depending on the course that you want to apply, it varies. It is at least two universities. Now, the most important part for you guys is, of course, the application process. So let's dive into the application process. First and foremost, the most important part is for you to research the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship programs that are being offered thoroughly, because there are multiple programs that you can actually apply to based on your field of study. So the first thing that you would like to do is to go to the Erasmus Mundus website and search keywords based on the undergraduate degree you have or will have. For example, I did my master's in forestry. So if I was to look for master's opportunity in the website, then I would type something like forestry or natural resource management, tropical forest management, and stuff like that. From there on, you can find different programs that you are eligible to apply for. And it's very important that you only apply to those programs which actually resonate with you and your future aspirations. Once I had the idea about the programs that I wanted to apply, I started gathering all the required documents for the application. And depending on the program, there will be different types of documents that you have to present. Still, the most important ones would be your personal motivation letter, your curriculum vitae, CV, recommendation letters from your professors or your employers, and your undergraduate degree transcripts and certificates. I decided to dedicate a significant amount of time to write a compelling personal motivation letter, to get back to my professors and employer to have their time to write recommendation letters for me so that I can submit on time, and then of course craft my CV in European format. And the result basically depends on the amount of hard work and time you put into your application period. Firstly, let's talk about CV. As we all know, curriculum vitae is a document where we put our personal information, the different type of experiences we hold, our academic background, our interest, and maybe the awards or recognition we have received and stuff like that. When applying for the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, I would recommend to craft your CV in European format itself. I don't think it is compulsory, but then when you do it, it shows that you have did enough research to be able to understand that CVs in Europe has a certain format, which is always a plus point. And what I did for myself and what I would also recommend you guys to do would be go to the Europass CV, type in all your personal information, academic background, experience, whatever you need to in the CV, and then you can download your CV, and then it is in a European format. And the best thing is that you can always go back and kind of edit your CV whenever you want to. The other important thing is a motivation letter. From my experience, what I can say is motivation letter actually makes a lot of difference in your application. You might not be familiar with what a motivation letter or personal statement of motivation is. Cover letter, statement of interest, motivation letter, all these kind of documents can be quite confusing when you don't understand the difference. For the motivation letter, the main thing is that you present your side of story and why you should be selected for the program. So basically you provide your name, what is the undergraduate degree that you did, why are you interested in this particular program, how it will help you accomplish your future aspirations, and how you would be a good fit for the program. Another thing that is particularly important for you to mention in your motivations is the mobility track. So mobility track basically means which are the universities that you want to go to. As I mentioned, there are at least 2 different universities that you have to study in. So you have to mention what is the university in the first year that you want to go to, and then in your second year of master's, and also provide the reasons why. There might be applications where people would only mention the mobility track, but it is still important that you mention the reasons, because you might have, for instance, 3 different universities to choose from for your first year of study and 5 different universities for your second year of study, which was the case for me. And it also helps you stand out among the application when you provide valid reasons about why you chose that particular university instead of all the different options you had. For that, research. Go to the university homepage, look at the program that you want to apply for, read all the different information that they have in the website, and see what resonates with you the most. For example, you might like the fact that their research facilities are excellent, or you find a collaborative research opportunity in the university which you want to be a part of. So it is really simple. You just have to find something that resonates with you. And it's not just for the sake of finding the reason, but understanding which is the university that you would like to go to and why. To put it into perspective for you guys, I chose the University of Copenhagen in Denmark for my first year and the Dresden University of Technology in Germany for the second year. And the reasons I gave for the University of Copenhagen, I really liked the research facility team that they had, and I was looking forward to using the research laboratories and all the different facilities and team that they had. And for Dresden University of Technology, it was pretty obvious because it is one of the really renowned universities for forestry degree in Germany, and also they have really renowned forestry faculty. So you see, it's not about putting random stuffs just for the sake of applying, but putting your heart out there, doing the research, finding what interests you the most, and being as genuine as possible. And that, my friend, undoubtedly will put you ahead of thousands of applicants. Then the third thing is the recommendation letter. It's most likely that they would ask for 2 different recommendation letters, but depending on the program, it might be 1 or 3 or whatever number. I have been helping international students to apply and secure the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship for a while now. So what I always recommend is, if you have some kind of work experience, then make sure that one of the recommendation letters is from your employer or work supervisor, and another is from your professor who knows you well, who had taught you important subjects in your undergraduate level, or your thesis supervisor. And yes, don't panic if you don't have any work experience, because it's very natural to not have any work experience right after your undergraduate degree and then you are applying directly for your master's degree. In that case, just prepare 2 different recommendation letters from 2 different professors, one who knows you again from the courses they have taught, and the other who knows you from the research perspective, so that they can tell that you have certain skills and acumen to kind of conduct independent research, which would be very important for your master's thesis. 2 essential things for the recommendation letter are: 1, you reach out to your work supervisor or your thesis advisor well ahead of time, because you don't want to be like, you send them an email saying that you need recommendation letter, and then they realize they only have 3 or 4 days. It's really not appropriate, because they have to take a certain time out of their busy schedule to make sure that you have your recommendations ready for the application. So contact them beforehand, tell them the programs that you're applying for. It's always best to pass your CV so they have all the information that they need about you. It is equally crucial to have the reference persons who are able to talk to your academic abilities, who know you well, who know your personal qualities, and also your potential for success in the master's program that you're applying to, because they are the ones who are going to be practically speaking about you, how you have the base knowledge that you need to, kind of continue your further education, and also that you have the potential to be able to successfully complete the degree. That way, the selection committee will be able to know that you are a really well prepared candidate, and always make sure that you have given enough time for them to write your recommendation letters, and never forget to express your gratitude for their time and consideration. And number 2, you might have a lot of professors and you might be confused on which professor you should reach to, get your recommendation letter. In that case, what I would suggest would be to go with someone who has more experience both in academic as well as professional way. For example, if you have a professor with a PhD and the other one with a master's degree, then most probably the one with PhD would have more experience. So I would recommend you go with the one who has PhD. And though it's not written anywhere, I still think it might be able to make a difference. Also, if you are a non-native speaker, you have to make sure that you have your IELTS or TOEFL results ready. And again, depending on the program that you apply, you might be exempted from the English language proficiency thing. And in case your undergraduate degree was taught in full English language, then you can have a document from your university stating the same, and you can present it in the application portal. But if the program asks for English test exam, then you have to be prepared and you have to get the certificate ready before the application period ends. You can apply to 3 or even more master's program. So I would recommend to apply to as much programs as you want to, because it will only increase your chance of securing the scholarship. In our times, we had an application fee, which I think is not valid anymore. So why not apply for all the programs that you want to and use the opportunity? And then you are done. Woohoo! Then the last thing to do is just be positive and happy, because I can assure you that more than 60-70% of the applicants who started their application process do not make it to the end. So you did it. You actually submitted the scholarship application. And that is the very first step to actually securing a scholarship. And hard work always comes back in different ways. So one thing that have stayed with me is do not self-reject. You're not supposed to tell yourself that your grades are not good enough, your experience is not as good as the other person, or you don't have much to showcase in your motivation letter. Don't self-reject, give your best, apply, and see the magic happen. Overall, it was a great opportunity to study in 2 of the most prestigious universities in Europe. I had a really amazing time with interdisciplinary team at both the universities to work and study with students from different nations. Also, having the financial support from the scholarship was immense, because during my period of master's degree, there was COVID. And just imagine how difficult it was for the international students to meet their basic needs, because everything was closed, let alone the university fees. With the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, you get 1,000 to 1,500 euros per month. That way, you don't have to worry about your financial settings to vote for the studies. You can fully concentrate on your study, research collaboration opportunities, and have fun at the same time. Because once you have the study visa in Europe, you can travel to so many different countries. Yes, and I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the Erasmus Mundus family. And I hope you can be too. So dear viewers, that is how I secured my Erasmus Mundus Scholarship in 2019. I hope this video has given you inspiration to dream big, work hard, and seize all the opportunity that comes your way. Remember, scholarships are not about just the financial support, but about opening doors to a world of possibilities. Please comment below if you have any questions or you need guidance with any of the documents, CV, recommendation letters, motivation statement. Also, I'll list all the websites and information that you need to get started with the application. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more opportunities and scholarship updates. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and may scholarship always be in your favor. Bye-bye.